20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower cleared.
Here we got a roll program.
Neil Armstrong reporting the roll and pitch program, which puts Apollo 11 on a proper heading.
Welcome to Capacity Figures. Today I have a short video showcasing my custom Battlefront 2 clone jet trooper. As you could see, this is rather a straightforward modification, but it's quite special design due to its jetpack over here. For those of you who play this game, you must be familiar with this character. You either love it or hate it. So most of my video is going to be focusing on the backpack because the figure itself is actually quite straightforward taping exercise over here. Basically, you spend your time taping it, and then the great thing about this figure is that with little patience and ingenuity in how you carry out this backpack, you actually could easily come up with a pretty great design that Hasbro will most likely not produce in the near future. So how did this thing start? I actually have started off with a Phase 2 clone trooper from the Amazon exclusive 4-pack. I managed to get 2 of them, so luckily I was able to keep this one plain, and then I used this one to actually create this modification. And so, one thing I gotta bring up is that when I was taping it, I actually mixed up a couple of the references, and I did not realize that inside the game there's a legacy version, quote unquote, of this pattern, and it's in a different color, but the pattern for the blue is actually supposed to be up a little bit higher over here, and the side over here is slightly different. This over here actually is supposed to come up a little bit higher. I did not realize this until I finished painting it, but you know what? You know, it came out nice and crisp. I think I'm quite happy with the way it turned out. And well, although I like the yellow design slightly better, I think this one also suffices and it communicates what I'm trying to do. So I decided to leave it alone. So anyways, on with the jetpack. This is actually quite interesting. So the jetpack is removable. So how did I do this? This is actually made from a Boba Fett Bandai model kit with some modification. I originally wanted to use this, the Jango Fett Black Series, from a couple of years ago, but I decided not to do it because, number one, I love my Jango Fett figure. I'm not about to just chop it up and sacrifice it. And number two, Hasbro, when they do the Black Series, the type of plastic they use is kind of a soft plastic, and sometimes when I'm trying to glue it or I try and paint it, it could have very unpredictable effect. Number three, this the model kit is a lot sharper in terms of detail, and the fact that it's a model kit, it comes in pieces. Certain areas actually it makes painting them a lot easier. So I was able to take it apart, and details could be very, very sharp. And so I'm very happy I used this. And so just to see how this is actually not a model kit Boba Fett backpack, but Black Series one. But you could I could use it to compare what I did differently. So first off, these little pieces I cut off, and then second of all, I chopped this one off in the model kit, and then I go in with the Tamiya epoxy putty over here, and I built these up. I try to sculpt it as well as possible to minimize mini machining afterwards. And then what I did was then I took it afterwards, I grind it down, sand it, and then I took a sandpaper, grabbed it this way, and I twist it with this axis. So what happened is, when it turns out, it will actually then make it very nice and concentric. And then this over here, originally this one actually juts out like this. However, you notice that in the actual game, there's actually a nub over here, and then you could see it in the Django Fed 1, 2, and then over here, I decided to not install this round piece. I chopped it off, not install this round piece, and I take this thruster and I glue it directly down here. And because the plastic is consistent, easily predictable, it's quite a good thing to do. I'm actually thankful that I used the model kit, and I was even able to put in little details like the inside over here is actually silver, and then the model kit itself, actually, this is actually inherent to the model kit. So over here, fortunately, it actually comes very close to where these two holes lay, the way it corresponds. And so what happened is, then I took a hand drill, my trusty hand drill, and then I drilled it by hand. I made it slightly bigger because there's a slight difference in distance between these two, so just to accommodate it. And so there you have it over here, and then I just kind of snaps in like that, and voila, you have the Jet Trooper. So that's pretty much the video. I'll give one last spin to show you how this figure looks up close. I use a magnifying glass to make sure, when I paint them, to make sure that the details come out nice. If it beats a magnifying glass, it most likely not show up. It will show up pretty well on camera. So there you go. I hope you like this video, and please come back soon, and I'll come up with more figures to show you. Thank you so much.